The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, I'm Maricela Kelleton with Wednesday's news. In this edition, ministries merged for uniformed governance, CEO shares hospital power woes, and Gurias get back in for finals. Madang PPC Acting Superintendent Mazuk Rubiang was a happy man at the conclusion of elections in Madang province. The process was violence-free. While addressing police and defense force personnel engaged in the election operation in Madang, the PPC became emotional when he thanked them for their tireless efforts in ensuring elections in the province were safe and peaceful. PPC Rubiang also thanked police reservists and those who assisted the security personnel during the election, including Assistant Commissioner of Police Northern Region Peter Guinness and his support staff. He said Madang made headlines in robbery, murder, sea piracy, and traffic accidents, but during the election, only minor cases were reported and perpetrators were identified, arrested, and charged. PPC Rubiang is looking forward to working with all 7 elected leaders of Madang to change Madang province through policing duties. The creation of 3 additional portfolios apart from agriculture is the strongest emphasis by any government in agriculture growth in a country. Prime Minister James Marape says the additional portfolios shows that the government is willing to do what it takes to meet the full expectations of the people in agriculture.
Agriculture is where the government can have the greatest impact in terms of the population of this country because the bulk of our people are subsistence farmers. Prime Minister James Marape made these remarks after the swearing-in of ministers on Tuesday at the Government House. He says the government is serious about investing in agriculture and the creation of oil palm, coffee and livestock portfolios. Nakanay MP Francis Galia Maneke was sworn in as the Minister for Oil Palm, Joe Cooley as the Minister for Coffee, and Seki Agisa as the Minister for Livestock. Prime Minister James Marape says the appointments specifically spotlight agriculture in a significant way.
In a targeted approach, as we committed to our people, going rural, growing the economy, getting our people engaged, agriculture and livestock is where our people are. We split into 4 portfolios. The Agriculture Ministry will be held by the Honorable Aya Tambua, will have a lesser function, especially the detachments of oil palm to the Honorable Francis Manake, the detachment of coffee to the Honorable Joe Cooley, the detachment of livestock to the Honorable Segi Agisa. These are direct targets to increase productivity in this sector so that we replace imports that we're importing into our country and we increase production for supply of our domestic needs in as far as agriculture sector is concerned.
The Prime Minister added that the government is going to set targets and these specific ministers will be required to take specific actions to ensure that their subsectors meet their targets. He also warned that there is no mistaking what the focus is for this government.
We have structured this cabinet in a manner in which we secure safety of our people foremost, number 1. And as far as internal security is concerned, we focus on target areas to grow our economy where our people are. And growing the economy also.
Meantime, 32 ministers were sworn in into various portfolios on Tuesday. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Prime Minister Marape has created a Ministry of Internal Security which now sees both the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and the Correctional Services reporting to the same minister. The National Identity Project and the Narcotics Bureau will also come under the Ministry of Internal Security. It has a singular focus of securing the country domestically.
Police and correctional services portfolios have been amalgamated into internal security. Prime Minister James Marape said the highest priority for his government as they begin the 3-year journey to the 50 years of the country's independence is to secure the country. He said in the next decade they must return the country to a safe and secure place to live, work and do business.
There you would have seen there is no mention of police portfolio or CIS portfolio. It is amalgamated into one internal security portfolio. The Honorable Peter Siamalili Jr. is Minister responsible for internal security, and we will get on with the business of trying to fix our country's security issues right across our country in a one-stop approach where a minister has his pulses on both police, CIS, and other associate affiliates that should work towards securing the safety of our country's people, business, and our community. So,
the Prime Minister also announced that transport and civil aviation has been merged into one ministry. He clarified that this allows for uniform political leadership in the interest of all stakeholders in the two very important sectors.
You would have seen us amalgamating the transport sector into one policy as well as operation for civil aviation, and marine transport sector. It now comes under one portfolio. The Honorable Walter Snowbelt has carried over that portfolio.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, Prime Minister Marape said small to medium enterprises and special economic zones are also key policy priorities. He said the government needs to grow the economy through the development of SMEs and through special economic zones to stimulate the desired growth in the economy.
The Honorable Richard Maru is now Minister for International Trade and Investment. This is a specific creation, just like we split agriculture into 4 portfolios. We're creating this one, targeted at specific foreign investments to come into our country. We'll have a one-stop entry. No more carpetbaggers coming all over the place. No more genuine investors coming in but do not know where to go. The entry port is through the ministry that the Honorable Richard Maru will lead, so that they can come in. He will take custody of our special economic zone concepts, some of the specialized petroleum park or specialized marine park we have for fisheries in our country that involves large-scale foreign investments to come in. The Honorable Richard Maru, who's a very experienced minister, by the way, will get to work in this space.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Bongum Yumi, Cheers to 70 years.
Magic tasty rice makes tasty rice.
Making white flour rice become a favorite below family one-time meat tasty belong Maggie tasty rice. Put him 2 pela cup rice long pot, add him water, na 1 pela packet Maggie tasty rice. Mix him good na boil him rice. Make him white pela rice come up tasty one-time Maggie tasty rice. Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
Alistair Pinch.
Killed his wife.
Look, maybe he killed her, maybe he didn't. The network's gonna hire a PI.
So I need Alistair Pinch, healthy, happy, and off of death row. Bro?
I know who killed Monica Pinch.
Does that happen often?
Sometimes after lunch.
Princess, I'm trying to save your life.
Come on, your turn, love.
You'll get a real fight. Stay away from Alistair Pinch.
Last Looks premieres Saturday, August 27th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Welcome back. The Port Moresby General Hospital CEO has publicly expressed frustration on the continuous power outages which have, over the years, significantly affected the operations of the hospital. Dr. Paki Molumi said that PMGH lost a significant number of expensive medical equipment like a CT scan and MRI due to direct power interruptions.
The CEO of Port Moresby General Hospital said healthcare delivery by the hospital to PNG's populace has been heavily compromised by continuous power outages. Dr. Paki Molumi said under the National Health Plan 2021 to 2030, PMGH is expected to provide a reliable specialist health care. Dr. Molumi said while PMGH has worked hard to meet that objective, institutions mandated to provide a reliable support service like electricity supply are failing the hospital's work. He added that modern cancer machines and linear accelerators to be installed in the new cancer center will be affected if the current blackouts continue. Port Moresby General Hospital is building a modern cancer center to be operational by September 2023. The cancer equipment to be installed are electricity-driven to generate radiation to treat cancers. Therefore, only a reliable power supply can support the cancer machines. Dr. Molumi said the hospital's drive to provide a modern health care to citizens cannot be achieved without a reliable electricity supply. He also said the hospital is taking steps to install a second set of backup generators to support current ones which are old and failing. However, it would require a significant operational cost. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
The Royal Australian Air Force Hercules C-130, coordinated by the AFP as part of the PNG Australia Policing Partnership, helped deliver 2 pallets of books belonging to Book Belong Pikinini on Tuesday. BBP were excited to receive the pallets of books as this wasn't a normal occurrence. Representing the AFP was Detective Superintendent Steve Hubert, and from PNG Police, First Constable in Community Policing, Ase Boas. Boas is also BBP's Community Ambassador and Rugby League hero who also participated as a role model in one of its readers, "When I grow up, I want to be a rugby player." Book Belong Pikinini are grateful to the RAAF, the AFP, the Genesis Christian College, Boas and teams in Brisbane and Port Moresby in making this special delivery possible. The AFP police assisted with the transportation of the books to the BBP warehouse after the book reception and took the opportunity to have a look at their books and systems. The EU-funded UN Joint Strait Programme continues to train more young people from rural Sepik with the skills required for decent employment opportunities. The opportunities are in road transport infrastructure development in PNG. In its latest step, the program organized a 4-day training on occupational safety and health hazards and delivered in collaboration with the Yawasoro TVET Center in Wewak. This course was the second part of 5 module training courses developed and implemented by the International Labour Organization under the program. The training of young people from rural Sepik was conducted on 5th to 8th August. 22 youths comprising 7 young women and 15 young men attended. The trainees were mostly grade 8 and 10 leavers who were selected with the help of ward members from rural communities in the Sepik region, like Marienberg, Engaram, South Wasera, North Wasera, Dagwa, Banak, Wiwek Rural, and Aitape Rural local level governments.
And the aim of the main training are mainly capacitating youth with the different skills so that they will link with the job market. And as we know, there are plenty of youths, they don't have a skill to get into the job market.
The trainees were also imparted first aid skills by experts from the Provincial Health Division in Wiwek. The training has provided a new window of opportunity for the 22 young attendees to seek employment opportunities in road construction and other sites to improve their lives. The youths can also seek employment with contractors engaged under the EU Straight PNG program to rehabilitate 15 access roads in various parts of the Sepik region.
These people have been selected from their own village, so it will be very, very easy for them to understand the local context, local safety requirement, and that will build a safe working environment in the construction sector.
The 5 module training courses rolled out by the program aims to upskill 150 young people on road infrastructure works, thereby developing local communities' capacity to support, take part, and benefit from infrastructure development projects in the region. Coral planting is now a tourism activity for tours in Bootless Bay, a 20-minute drive out of Port Moresby. The Kokoda Wild Adventures, in partnership with Conservation and Environment Protection Authority and Lakwaharu coral farmers, initiated this a couple years back. The recent occasional coral planting excursion was on Sunday the 21st of August and has allowed the public and organizations to explore the area and contribute to the marine life through coral planting. The Climate Change and Development Authority also participated.
The Kokoda Wild Adventures, in association with the Conservation and Environment Protection Authority and the Lakwaharu coral farmers, initiated a coral planting excursion for the public. The recent excursion on Sunday the 21st of August allowed this news team to observe coral planting on the outskirts of Port Moresby on Lion Island in Bootless Bay. Kokoda Wild Adventure team leader Holland Mado said that due to COVID-19, the initiative came to be to allow touring of Bootless Bay apart from the Kokoda track.
So Kokoda Wild is basically, it operates trekking mainly for the full Kokoda track. Because of COVID, we were unable to do the Kokoda trek. We decided to do something local.
About 210 corals were planted on Sunday. The Lakwaharu coral farmers from Tubuseria village are the locals assisting with the planting, and now after 4 years of doing so, have a farm of these corals.
Contributing to the place, to the environment, we said, okay, maybe let's do coral planting. That could become one of the tourist attractions.
Marine Protected Area Branch Manager for the Conservation and Environment Protection Authority, Bernard Suruman, said the importance of coral planting must be known to the general public.
An agreement with one of the NGO partners called Kaima, who had a bit of funding to support such activities and also send locals to train over in Fiji. And so it allows the communities to take ownership of the marine ecosystem.
Associated organizations are planning to make this a quarterly event so that the public can participate and revisit their farms occasionally. Jasmine Eru, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He loves the Maroons. And he loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.